Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Traces and Treasures, the channel on YouTube where you can treasure the traces. And this is my YouTube channel. Well, I would like to thank those who have already given me their subs. I have 37 subscribers so far, and I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And of course, you have to show me some love, love, love. Thank you in advance. Hope everyone is well and doing the right things in this still pandemic time because of COVID-19 virus. It's been more than a year now since this COVID has invaded the entire world and has been hurting many, if not most of us. I wanted to post this video right away as this episode is crucial and really important to me. There are people close to my heart that had been directly affected by this COVID virus, and the thought of just having them fight the battle all alone is so fearful. It was draining me mentally and emotionally. Prior to doing this episode, I had to ask my mother if she wants to be my special guest for this episode, as this will be talking about her COVID-19 experience, how it started, where it started, the symptoms, the diagnosis, the challenges she had to face, and the things and the behavior that must be done to win the battle. You see, my mother is already 82 years old and has been taking 9 pills, mostly her prescriptions and supplements. And she obviously belongs in the most vulnerable population in this pandemic time. I was really terrified when I learned that my mother was COVID positive. See, my mother is in this province where there is no big and equipped hospital. And I was like thinking, what's gonna happen? Because she's 82 and has underlying health issues. It's not easy. I thought it's not easy for my mom. And counting from the days when she went out and felt ill because she had already got the COVID virus, it was 6 days from the day when she went out, when she started to feel the symptoms. And so when I learned about my mother feeling ill, it started with fatigue. Akala ko yung ordinaryong panghihina lang ng isang maedad na. So, and I know my mom, when she has taken new prescriptions, nanghihina ang katawan niya. But then again, I told my niece just to take her to the doctor to see so she can be diagnosed properly. And so they went to the doctor because she was feeling fatigue. Sabi niya, iba raw yung pakiramdam niya. Sobra siyang nanghihina. And so before she was admitted, because she would like to be admitted, like ganun siya, pag nanghihina, gusto niyang nagpapa-admit sa lying-in clinic. But then again, the protocol at the lying-in clinic was that you have to have a negative result of COVID virus before they can admit you. So since dalawa sila ng niece ko, it was my niece first who went and taken the virus test. So fortunately naman, my niece's result was negative. But my mom was positive. So at that point, they were sent home kasi nga positive si nanay. But I'm so thankful that the physician didn't neglect them. So since mahina si nanay, and she's familiar with my mom because she is her many patients. So binigyan si nanay ng 2 IVs and they took it home. And so the physician asked my niece, should we decide to bring my mother to the big hospital where, you know, they have to drive? Kasi nga, sa ibang sa ibang lugar pa yung malaking hospital, we have to decide right away, as there would be the possibility na hindi ma-accept si nanay because the big hospital is getting congested dahil sa mga COVID virus patients. And so we decided na dalhin muna si nanay sa bahay. And thankfully, mayroon siyang dalawang IVs. One, I believe, contained supplements or yung pampalakas sa kanya because she's really weak. And then, yung pangalawa was her salt kasi mababa din ang salt niya. That's probably why nanghina din siyang sobra. So the first symptoms for my mother was fatigue. And then the second one, it manifested actually on her second day of home isolation or self-isolation, was diarrhea. But then again, thankfully, yung diarrhea niya was not bad. It only dictated her to go to the washroom. I'm sorry. It only dictated her to the washroom like 2-3 trips per day. And it wasn't really bad. It wasn't that bad. So we are grateful na yung first at saka second symptoms niya are just mild or, mild to moderate na sinasabi nila. Symptom of my mom is the diarrhea, and then the third was the itchy throat. The itchy throat didn't cause her to cough. So, thankfully, talagang mild lang din siya. We only gave her ginger tea to fight the itchiness. But, the itchiness, hindi siya palaging nandoon. So, yung ginger tea na yun is fresh. At malaking tulong siya sa nanay ko to fight off the itchiness in her throat. So kahit na mild lang ang symptoms ni nanay, there were challenges that she had to face. Kasi nga, she's older and then meron siyang underlying health issues. And yung nakita namin sa kanya was her blood pressure. It ranges from 130/80, 150/80, and then 160/80. I believe yun yung ina-attack ng virus. So it was really alarming. And then I noticed that on the 8th day ng pag-isolate ni nanay, it went through the roof. The blood pressure was 190/90. That was the time when I asked my niece to contact her physician right away. Because we need that blood pressure to control. We need to control that blood pressure because it might cause problem as well if hindi namin siya makokontrol. I am grateful though that my mother's physician is so reachable and so responsive in my mother's journey to fight the COVID virus. Because of my mother's rising or increasing, or her blood pressure was going up, the physician gave her another set of medications to control the blood pressure from going up. And I'm that kind of person na pag binibigyan si nanay ng mga gamot, I make it a point to read every one of them. And so I went through the medication that my mom has been taking, and I noticed one na hindi familiar sa akin. And so I did my research and found out that that medication is actually for COVID-19 patients. And I'm so grateful na binigyan agad si nanay nung medication na yun, because I believe na nakontrol niya yung virus, na nakontrol niya yung hindi naging worse yung mga symptoms ni nanay, and she was able to handle them. Except of course yung pagtaas ng blood pressure niya. But then again, thankfully, umattend agad yung physician niya to control that. And so she even told us na nasa healing process na si nanay at that point. And we were really thankful to hear that from her. So my niece was brief kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin to follow health protocols habang nag-home isolate si nanay. Um, my niece is actually the sole caregiver for her. And she was brief kung paano niya alagaan, paano niya ipifeed, paano i-disinfect yung bahay, and so on and so forth, which was followed thoroughly. So, what are the things and the behavior that must be done in order to win the battle? Ito yung routine ng nanay ko na ginagawa ng niece ko palagi for her. One, pinapainom niya ng ginger tea. That's the ginger tea that you make from the scratch. Second, she made sure that my mom had steam therapy. Ito yung tinatawag na suob sa atin. And then third, she made sure that my mom was taking her medication on time and properly. And fourth, she made sure na the whole house is disinfected, from the bed sheet to the pillow, at saka talagang binibihisan si nanay everyday to make sure na wala yung virus sa paligid. And then fifth, make sure na yung COVID patient has had to take lots and lots and lots of rest. Yung dapat natutulog palagi siya para madaling mag-bounce back ang katawan, ang health. Yung recovery is faster. I have learned a lot from my mother's COVID-19 journey and how she won that battle. We have to listen to the experts when they say, watch for the symptoms. And above all, we have to be healthy and follow health protocols. I wanted to share the COVID experience of my mom, not to shame her, but to share the experience to all of you guys. So at least you are aware of the symptoms and the things that must be done in order to win the battle. And we have to consider as well na hindi lahat ng mga may COVID virus are in bad state. Maraming nakaka-survive. And as per, the information that we have, through social media, marami hong nakaka-survive sa COVID virus. And to think that my mom is 82 years old and has underlying health issues, nakasurvive siya. So let's be positive. Kahit pa sabihin mo na ayaw mo maging positive because of COVID virus, then we have to be positive in our thinking that we can win the COVID virus battle. And of course, we don't want to catch the COVID virus when we go out, but then again, the COVID virus is always out there, ready to catch us. COVID virus is still a threat sa lahat habang hindi pa nabavaccinate ang lahat sa atin. So please consider to get the vaccine. Well, for us, meron na ho kami, and hopefully this will solve the pandemic to bring us all to the normal life we had as we had it before. Our decision doesn't only affect us, it also affects our family, our loved ones, our community, and the entire world. Let us be responsible. And we have to think that we are only as healthy as our neighbors, and our neighbors are only as healthy as us. So let's do the right thing in this pandemic time. Let us be responsible, take care of each other, and be kind to one another. And above all, let us not forget that God is still in control and that everything will be all right. This too shall pass. Well, thanks again for watching Traces and Treasures, the channel on YouTube where you can treasure the traces. And this is my YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching. God bless everyone and see you again soon. Bye for now.